What's going on, guys? Insane Y here, and I'm here to bring you a new series that I'm going to be doing called Publisher Profiles. This is going to be a general overview episode, which we're going to go over some of the minor differences and some of the general stuff that are different between publisher to publisher. So, first off, we have the good old school Viz Media over here. This is the standard that you'll get from any manga that you pick up anywhere for the most part. No color pages. Decent quality print in paper. It's the gold standard essentially. Then you got Kodansha next to it, which is kind of the same. They're like the material on the Noragami volumes is a little different, but outside of that, for the most part, they do the exact same thing, just with different titles because they get them from different Japanese publishers. Then you have Yen Press, and this is where we start getting into the more unique stuff. Yen Press, for example, while being the same size, has some color pages actually. Quite a few in this volume actually. Which is partially why they cost $13, if you can see that there. I don't think it's focusing that well. Meanwhile, Viz is only $10 and Kodansha is $11. So the difference in price can mean an increase in quality, depending on what publisher and what series it is even sometimes. Because if we continue on, then you have 7 Seas. 7 Seas is a bit smaller than everybody else, just in height. Like if I put up the top from the top, you can see the difference here. It's very minor, but much like Yen Press, they also tend to have color pages in most volumes. Not every volume, but most volumes do have at least 1 or 2 color pages. So they're a little smaller, but they're not too bad of a value. They're same price as Yen Press. So basically, I think a lot of this price difference between all these comes from color pages, it seems like, because if we actually move over to the Viz Sigs, they also sometimes have color pages, but there's more to it than that with Viz Sigs. But if we keep going to the next publisher, which is Vertical here, who publishes No Longer Human, they are completely unpredictable. They kind of have a standard size, and this is it. It's slightly smaller, very, very slightly, if you see it there, smaller than 7 Seas usually, but there's no consistency. You are not guaranteed to get a manga of this size from them, but the print quality on most of their series is amazing. The pages are just gorgeous, but like I said, there's almost no consistency with them, but you can expect to get a good product most of the time. Then we have the new kid on the block, I guess, Udon. They're a bit expensive, and I don't know why. This one is a bit bigger than most. I don't know if that's a constant among them, and maybe that's why, because this is the only volume I have of an Udon manga. They do have 1 color page. This one, for example, is very thin compared to most manga. Like, if we compare it side by side here, it's a bit thinner. So, I don't know what to say about them yet. If it's a series you want to try out, just go for it. Why not? Then you have the random stuff, like when Bandai comes out with a manga. It happens sometimes, I guess. I don't know that it has recently, but it's happened before. So if you ever see that, they have published manga. It's basically the same as a Viz once again. Then we have things like Dark Horse, which they're the last of the big manga publishers, as far as I know anyways. Once again, no consistency, much like Vertical. Just absolutely no consistency. This is smaller than your normal manga. This is wider than your normal manga, if you can tell here, by a little bit. There really is no consistency with them. And a lot of times, from what I understand, Berserk aside, I think, a lot of their manga isn't the best of quality. One time where that's not true, though, is in a new series of theirs that they're releasing now. Planets, I believe you pronounce it, which is by the same author or mangaka, I guess, who did Vinland Saga. They picked it up from Tokyo Pop, I believe, after they went out, and now they're republishing it. This is gorgeous. We can get a color page here. Yeah, look at that. They have actual color pages in the middle of the manga, which is just very rare. We can get, yeah, there's the big one I wanted to get. So, I don't know how much you can rely to get that quality from Dark Horse, but that is amazing quality-wise. Now, we go back down a little bit here. Go back to the VizSigs. These are slightly bigger than your average manga. This is about a decent comparison right here if you can get the shot in. You can see it's not that much wider, but it's quite a bit taller. And I don't know that it's in all of them, but there are usually the color pages, at least a couple. I think most of the increase in price there comes from the size. I don't know if it maybe a lot of them are the more expensive to get from Japan titles, but either way it goes, they're all, if it's a VizSig, you can expect decent quality. The print is a little better than most other Viz Media titles. Then if we move forward again, you got omnibuses from Yen Press. No consistency here. Like, they're always the same size. This is sort of the standard size it follows, just like Dark Horse did. If I can get it in frame here. It's relatively large. But the quality is just nothing special. There's the one color page again, but outside of that, I don't really know why this is $24 when this, which I showed you, is only $20. So that's a bit of a downside for Yen Press in my opinion. We can reorganize here real quick. So then we're going to have a couple of the oddballs that you can find with 7Cs. Here we have Citrus, which I believe this is the same size as Sacred Blacksmith. It's a bit bigger. Once again, tends to have color pages. And it's really good quality. It's rather large. I think it's yeah, it's the same height as a Yen Press omnibus, but it's actually slightly wider. Not by much though, so it's not too relevant. These are really good quality volumes coming from 7Cs. Then you have their omnibuses, which this is the only omnibus of theirs I have. It recently came out. It's alright, the pages are kind of thin. There are some color pages though, but overall, you know, omnibuses, you kind of get what you pay for. A lot of times they're not up to the same quality unless they do stuff that is like hardcovers, which I'll be showing you shortly. And that's where we get back to Kodansha with their unusual one, which is Vinland Saga, once again. Same author here. Seems he gets all the high quality releases. This is actually hardcover. Paper quality is, you know, there. It's not super great in my opinion though, but this is also $20. The hardcover factor I think makes it worth it, as opposed to the Yen Press omnibuses. But if you really like the color pages, I guess you can maybe excuse it, but it's not my favorite. So, and then last and not nearly least, not even close, we have Vertical when they really seem to go all out. This is just ridiculous quality. This is like what you get, I don't know, what would that be even? Like a really nice magazine? Like, the quality is just ridiculous. The print quality is perfect. It's a really nice hardcover, really nice material. Whenever you get a Vertical title, you know it's going to be good quality, and this is the top of the line when it comes to manga right now in the US. This is the best you will get. And as far as I know, those are all the different possibilities you can get when you order a volume of manga from any of these publishers. There might be a few outliers, but this is mainly what you can get. So now that you know what a lot of the possible differences are, I mean, one small example is like when it comes to price. This is obviously going to be very expensive. This is a $30 volume of manga. This is on Right Stuff, I believe, $9.44, while regular volume is $8.77. That is the member price, though. So if you can usually tell from if you look at the same publisher, if it costs a little bit more, it probably is going to be nicer quality. So that's another small tip I can throw in there. Outside of that, further on in this series, I will look more into what series does each publisher have that stands out and is unique, and what makes them special. And I'm considering maybe looking into their history a little bit. So if you want to see more of this, leave a comment down below and drop a like. And thanks for watching.